mercenaries,
Magi's,
poisoners.
lend us your ears. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing my first law ranking, so all 10 of the works that Mr. Joe Abercrombie has written in the world of the first law. Some time ago on the channel we did Ed's ranking, and today we'll see how different mine is. So
it was a hard experience, but should we dive into number 10?
Just what we made a bit of space, they're going to pop up here. So I'm going to start with what I think is the bottom of the lot, but I still really enjoyed. So just say the minimum that I gave any book is 4 stars. Right. So the bottom is still very good, and I'd recommend all of these to everyone.
Yeah. Right, so I predict your 10th book is going to be Sharp Ends.
You're correct. Sharp Ends is going to be at the bottom because this is a collection of short stories and I really enjoyed it. There's 3 stories in there which I think are absolutely fantastic, which is when we get a lens on characters that we've seen in the first trilogy. But there's a few that didn't quite click with me, and so that's why it is at the bottom.
I think number 9 is going to be... Oh, it's tough already. Wisdom of Crowds.
Correct, yes. So you're off to a good start here. So I did enjoy the Wisdom of Crowds, and there were some brilliant scenes. I think overall I felt I was expecting more, and especially with parts of the world that have been set up, certain characters, certain magi, I was really expecting a lot more from them. So I think I felt a bit disappointed in that sense. It was a result of what I was propping myself up for partly. But still, I gave it 4 stars. It was a very good conclusion in many ways.
I think number 8 is going to be Red Country.
Wrong. So number 8 is going to be The Heroes. So I'm sorry, this was Ed's second on his list. I am sorry.
Don't touch me.
I'm sorry. So The Heroes, there's some brilliant parts. Warren of Bly is great. I love how the Dogman and Blackdale feature in this. But The Heroes was the first time I thought, oh, that doesn't fit in the world. That's not realistic or something, and that pulled me out of the story a bit.
You haven't even mentioned the MVP, Gorst.
I know Gorst is brilliant, but this was the first one where I didn't click with all the perspectives, and so that's a big part of why it is number 8. But still, it's a 5-star read. We're into the 5 stars now, and so yeah, I really enjoyed it.
You should get a new mouse if you're not clicking on them.
I'm sorry. So now on to number 7.
Number 7, I think. Oh, it's so hard, isn't it? I think A Little Hatred.
Correct, A Little Hatred.
Yes!
Ed, nicely done. 3 out of 4 so far. So A Little Hatred is the first of the Age of Madness trilogy, and yes, I really enjoyed this. It was, I think, as Ed said in the last video, it was a huge surprise being with the new cast of characters. Some of the old ones feature, but I was just wanting them back. And I really loved the characters like Leo and also. I think with characters like Savine, I did not quite click with straight away.
Again, you need a new mouse.
And so, I know. And so... So that is why it's in the number 7 spot. But still, I really enjoyed it. It's a really good start to a new trilogy.
Okay, number 6 must be, surely, purely... I don't know. It's tough, isn't it? I think number 6 is going to be Best Served Cold.
Correct. You are doing well, Ed. So Best Served Cold is in the number 6 spot. So this is the first of the standalones. And there's characters like Shivers, who is just absolutely incredible. And... who else are you thinking of?
Friendly.
Oh, yes. I'm not just going to go into naming 20 people. But yeah, apologise to my dice. It's a great scene, that. And I think Best Served Cold, I love all the characters except Monza, which
I think her job is to be an idiot, really.
Yeah, so but it's all right having someone you don't like, but again, I just didn't quite have that attachment in any way.
Though.
She is fun.
She is fun.
But Best of Cold is another really well written story, and the standalone, it raises a lot of questions and really expands on the world in a great way.
Right, number 5 then, is it?
Yes,
number
it is.
5 of this must be Red Country.
It is. Yeah. Dang it, it's getting all these. So, Red Country's number 5. I can't say who for spoilers, but we have possibly my favourite character in the first law appear again. and it is just an exceptional read. Some of the scenes in this would be in the top 5 scenes of anything in the First Law, and I just love it. And this is so that's the last of the standalones I'm talking about. So now into the top 4. So we've got the original trilogy, and we've got Trouble with Peace.
Number 4 must be Trouble with Peace.
No, it is not. It's going to be The Last Argument of Kings. Yeah. So The Last Argument of Kings. I think it. See, this is hard because it has some of the highest moments of the original trilogy, but with Pharaoh, I remember being really upset that her character. I was really upset with what happened to her character in that book, where basically she doesn't do much. She does have a brilliant scene involving a bath. That is just incredible.
And her laughing.
Someone. It's so good. But yeah, so Ed, it was in one of my top 10 reads of last year.
That's her arc.
But but it is still an absolutely incredible book. Let me put that out there. Last Argument of Kings is incredible, okay? And I absolutely adore it. But it is going in the number 4 spot.
Okay, number 3 must be Trouble with Peace.
It is Trouble with Peace. You got that. So Trouble with Peace. So I did enjoy Little Hatred. I really enjoyed it. But then Trouble with Peace just hit its stride, and this is filled with some possibly the most laugh out loud moments of the trilogy of the whole First Law. Leo also, and I do become attached to
MMA fans out there. Some great wrestling.
There's some great wrestling in there, and onward that battle is absolutely incredible. It's possibly the most large scale battle. Yeah. Not one of the greatest consequences.
I think Mike Book Review said it definitely has the highest body count.
Yeah, I think it really does. And yeah, the Trouble Pieces I thought was absolutely fantastic, the way it builds and the questions it leaves for the last book, that it set up the Wisdom of Crowds so well, whilst not having that middle book syndrome thing as well. It really felt like it wasn't just there to further the plot. It was fantastic.
Yeah. Right then, number 2 I know is The Blade itself.
Yes, it is The Blade itself. So a lot of people don't enjoy The Blade itself as much because they think that it sets the rest of the plot up. It doesn't do too much on its own, and that's fair enough. But my personal
That's one of you.
My personal opinion is I just love spending time with these characters, and their interactions when they're all together in Adua is just incredible.
I think Joe Abercrombie did a read along on his blog. And I think he said when he read The Blade itself, I could have done more with the plot, but it's still pretty fun, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think that I wonder what it would look like with more plot, because when I read this back, there's so many moments where he puts in clues to what happens later that it makes that the payoff is huge when they all click together. So now number 1.
Now the last one must be Before They Are Hanged.
It is indeed.
We must forgive our enemies, but not before they are hanged.
Very nice. So Before They're Hanged, yes, is my favourite. This is probably in my top 5 books of all time. Before They're Hanged is an absolutely just brilliant read. In here we have that kind of trope of the group, the fantasy group travelling together to find an item. But
the fellowship,
it is subverted so much, and at the beginning they all hate each other. But it is so incredible how Joe Abercrombie has these relationships grow and wither and flourish in many different ways, and it is just fantastic how it does that. And in the other sense, that this is where it hits the epic factor as well. We have some huge battles, and one of the
biggest battles is actually between Logan and Pharaoh.
Yes, it is.
That is a gruesome
and in the north, I won't name the characters, but spoilers. But in the north, there's a great battle, and in the beginning and at the end as well. And onward, there's a chilling moment in one of the duels at the end. Well, duels with multiple people against one enemy, but it is absolutely brilliant. And so there we go. That is our ranking for the First Law. My first. Law ranking. There we go. I've got my words out. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Let us know if you'd like to see some more videos of this style and give any ideas for what you'd like us to do it with. Please like and subscribe if you have enjoyed this video and want some more content. So we've got a lot of our links in the description below if you want to check them out. But Ed, I think, are we finished here?
Yeah. Again, a drink. Truth
and courage. The Brothers Gwynne.
The Brothers Gwynne.